In campaign 2018, local matters. It's a big day for the Empire State as people head to the polls to vote for governor. Incumbent Governor Andrew Cuomo is running for his third term. He's trying to fend off a progressive celebrity challenger, actress and activist Cynthia Nixon. A recent poll from Siena College shows that Governor Cuomo has a pretty wide lead, and Nixon trails behind by more than 40 percentage points. Both Democrats have been campaigning hard, and it appears that Governor Cuomo has been scrambling for some last-minute support. Joining me now, Nahmias. She's a reporter at Politico and a writer for New York Playbook. Okay, so Laura, Governor Cuomo has sort of been doing this hide-and-seek game with the media. He's been showing up to some rallies, but not telling the media. What's that about?
Well, heading into the weekend before the primary election, he dove kind of headlong into two really big mistakes. First, he opened the second span of the Tappan Zee Bridge, which has been named for his father, Mario Cuomo, and then a few hours after it was opened with this big ceremony that he invited Hillary Clinton to, it was forced to close because of some structural problems with the old bridge. The governor was accused of opening the new span of the bridge too early for political reasons so that he could say he'd done it before the primary election. And then simultaneously, his campaign, in coordination with the state Democratic Party, put out a mailer accusing Cynthia Nixon, or insinuating that Cynthia Nixon was anti-Semitic, which is false. And now the campaign has spent it's the sixth day of them sort of dealing with the fallout from that and slowly acknowledging who it was who was actually behind the mailer. So the governor has been hiding from questions and hoping to write it out. From that mailer accusing her of being anti-Semitic, do you think that he's going to take a hit in numbers? Is there a sense of gauging that? We hear mixed things. It's all anecdotal. Some people are saying that they've changed their vote at the last minute because they thought that that was dirty politics. But there are other people who maybe were recipients of the mailer who aren't reading the news and aren't on Twitter, and it had its intended effect. Maybe they believe what the mailer said, and there's not enough time to correct the misperception. Now, Cuomo clearly, as I mentioned, has a wide lead. Your colleagues and yourself compiled this list of things to watch in the primary, and one thing you don't realize, it's a little bit overcast outside. It could be sunny, rainy later today. If folks don't turn out, which is always a concern in midterm elections, particularly primaries and that sort, do you think that, who does that benefit more? That might benefit Cynthia Nixon at this point because her voters are really motivated. They're very energized. They're these members of the group of people who are really excited to vote and be active in politics since the 2016 election. They want to participate in democracy, small d. And Cuomo is counting on support from people who are more in the middle, the general base of Democratic voters. And a lot of those people might think, given some of the polling that we've seen in this race, that he's safe and not turn out to support him. So that presents sort of a risk. You know, we've seen this wave of progressive females. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, probably the most famous example, Ayanna Pressley. Where exactly does Cynthia Nixon fit in that? Well, she has actually really closely allied herself with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She endorsed her before her win, so she's in that very select club of people who decided to go out on the limb and endorse this woman who people thought had no chance of winning against the incumbent Congressman Joe Crowley. Her policy positions are really close to Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's, but Nixon's handicap in this race in particular, unlike Alexandria's, is that it's a statewide office. She'd be managing a massive state bureaucracy and has no experience in elected office. That is something that a lot of people and a lot of newspapers have cited as the reason why they're not going to back her, even if they agree with her policy positions and are frustrated with Governor Cuomo. I can't let you go without asking about the schmear. What is it about the bagel that Cynthia Nixon ordered that is getting so much attention? It was a cinnamon raisin bagel with cream cheese, lox, and capers.
Why are New Yorkers so concerned about this?
I think that what it really is that it is a funny story. It's a chance to talk about something and commiserate and make fun of the candidate without it being mean-spirited, and she's played along. And we have so few moments in politics these days, and even in this campaign, which has been particularly bitter and at times really personal, to just have a light moment. And I think that people just really got attached to the idea of having a little bit of fun with a campaign and a campaign season that's been kind of a slog.
Just don't eat pizza with a fork or weird bagels with schmear on it.
Yeah, well, New Yorkers can be very judgmental about food.
Okay, all right, good bottom line. Laura, thank you very much for joining us. Look forward to seeing what happens tonight.